What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fluff Hammer. Today we are talking paintbrushes, and these are the 4 types of paintbrushes I think you should own. Let's get into it. So first up, the 4 different types of paintbrushes. Basically what we've got here is a dry brush or a makeup brush, and these are a range where you can either spend an absolute fortune or very little. These particular dry brushes are makeup brushes, and they were bought in a pack of like 5 or 6 for like £5, so they're like £1 each. Nice and cheap option. These, on the other hand, are either Rosemary & Co model dry brushes or Artist Opus dry brushes Series D, and they are a little bit more on the expensive side. You're talking about between £10 and £15 each for those, but they do last really well. So it's entirely up to you. You can go cheap, which is just as good in my opinion. You know, you can do just as much stuff with them. It's slightly different. You can definitely feel the difference in quality, but it's the difference in price as well. You buy 10 of these for one of those. So that's where you just have to try it out yourself and make your own call. Depends on your budget, whatever you want to do. Next up is cheap brushes. Now, everyone needs a set of cheap brushes in my opinion. There's so much stuff we do in this hobby, like PVA gluing bases, or using like texture paints on bases, things like that, dry brushing. Obviously you use your dry brushes for that generally, but these cheap brushes are great for stuff like that because you can just batter them and it doesn't really matter. You can throw them in the bin afterwards and buy another cheap set of brushes for £4 or £5. So I would really recommend everyone buys a cheap set of brushes so you can keep your nice brushes nice, and it will save you a fortune in the long run, trust me. Next up is synthetic brushes. Now, you might not have heard too much about these really. These again are relatively cheap. I think they're about £7-8 on Amazon. I will try and put a little picture up there or put a link in the description as well. These ones are Willot, W-L-O-T, but these have been really good. I use these for all of my oil paints. So if you're using any sort of oil paints or thinners, anything like that, and they're also really good for filling up airbrushes and stuff like that. So if you're using airbrush thinner and things that you don't want to get onto your nice Kalinsky Sables brushes, then you definitely need to pick up yourself a set of synthetic brushes. And last but not least is Kalinsky Sables. Now, these ones are Rosemary & Co, and if you watch the channel a lot, you'll hear me talk about these an awful lot. I absolutely love the Rosemary & Co brushes. I've tried Winsor & Newton Series 7. I didn't get on with them too well. I haven't tried their model range, so I should really do that soon. But as you've seen on the channel, I've reviewed a number of brushes over the last year, and honestly, I don't think you can go wrong with Rosemary & Co. I think for the price as well, they're absolutely outstanding. But that doesn't mean that that's what you'll get on with. So you buy what you like and what you get on with. But I think with these, they are expensive, but if you treat them right, if you care for them, if you use your brush soaps, they will last for a lot of years. So look after your Kalinsky Sables. Use your synthetic brushes for your oils, use your cheap brushes for your base paints and your PVA glues and everything like that. Use your dry brushes for dry brushing, and keep your nice expensive brushes nice and clean. I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Peace.